This is the second example of Keanu Reeves excelling in the world of action cinema. In an era still dominated by martial artists and bulging workout freaks, Reeves served in the everyman category along with Bruce Willis. These are men who were in shape and capable while not trying to prove anything outside of the realm of believability, unless you count jumping out of an airplane without a parachute, that is. They fit perfectly into their roles as police officers and FBI agents, respectfully. Reeves first blew us all away in the gravity-defying, high-octane undercover cop thriller Point Break. But he didn't become a true action hero until the release of Speed. I remember thinking, you mean Ted is doing another action film? But why? It was that been there, done that mentality that I think a lot of people had at the time. I mean, Point Break was all about the silly stunts, ex-president masks, and Patrick Swayze of it all. The people were not ready yet to give Keanu Reeves the respect that he deserved. They instead chose to stubbornly hold on to the burnt image of Bill's buddy Ted exclaiming, "Whoa," to the camera. This is a problem that 1999's The Matrix only worsened by including a little nod to said moment. When Speed rolled around, the general public's collective mind was blown. We just weren't used to action films being displayed in such a way. It had a typical 3-act structure, yes, but those 3 acts played more like short films, each showcasing its own suspenseful action set piece, starting at a higher elevation with the hijacking of an elevator, then moving down to ground level with the hijacking of a city bus, and finally concluding with the underground hijacking of a subway. All 3 acts featured high speeds, whether it be the falling of an elevator, the chaotic driving of a bus, or the insanity of a subway car run amok. The film's dialogue was also flashier than we were used to. The witty banter between the film's 2 leads, Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, the witty banter between Reeves and his partner, played by Jeff Daniels, and the dangerously witty banter between Reeves and the film's terrorist villain, Dennis Hopper. For lack of a better term, the film was much cuter than most action films were known to be. Outside of the one-liners given to action heroes, of course. The wit on display was a result of screenwriter Joss Whedon, who was hired to do an uncredited polish on the script. But by the end, he had basically rewritten every line of dialogue in the movie. Its structure, witty dialogue, nail-biting suspense, and its cast as a whole were no doubt the main reasons for the success of Speed. This is also the movie that made Sandra Bullock a superstar. She is perhaps the actor whose career got the most boost from the film. Jeff Daniels had a hell of a year in 1994, appearing in both Speed and Dumb and Dumber. That guy has surely had one wild and crazy career. Dennis Hopper is basically just doing Frank Booth light. He showed up to do a job. He doesn't really give it much more than that. Although for me, it's always a pleasure to see him pop up. Billy Idol did a top-notch theme song for the movie that plays over the closing credits. It's still one of my favorites of his catalog. This was cinematographer John DeBont's directorial debut, and he knocked it out of the park for sure. From here, he would go on to make the blockbuster Twister, which did better financially, but was certainly a downgrade in overall quality.